once again, welcome back to downtown Manhattan and the borough of Manhattan Community College. Tonight, Facebook Live brings you the 2019 CUNY Community College Men's Basketball Championship game, featuring the defending champion BMCC Panthers, in with a record of 19-7 of the season. The challenger, the HOSTOS, came in 10 of the Bronx, in with a mark of 15-11. And once again with that, welcome to our coverage tonight on Facebook Live. Alongside former Columbia guard Sean Couch, I am Ralph Bednarczyk. The two teams split a pair of meetings this season, but the most telling one, Sean, you go back to November 27th, where both teams were whole and healthy. It was BMCC winning a track meet. 112-100 was the final score in a regulation game. We expect a similar kind of track meet tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an offensive explosion. BMCC, though, if you look at their team, they're built for the three. They shot 40% from the three-point line. They play fast. They're not really great on the boards, but they really hustle and they get after it. And they have a lot of runouts and they do a lot of things with the ball to try to get to the basket.
And maybe the one difference-making element tonight, Sean, BMCC enters the defending champs. 4 players are back from last year's team that played a role. That perhaps would be the one element that could separate them tonight.
Yeah, you know, they have championship experience, and the players, we're talking about guys who really understand how to catch and shoot, one dribble and shoot. They're very good offensively.
The BMCC starters, Quran Dublin, joined by Alex Humphries in the backcourt. Viktor will play the 3 spot at 6'7", Ashad Adams, and Raybon Fleming playing the 5 spot for BMCC. And tonight for HOSTOS, Nakeem Hamilton is their point guard, 2-time CUNY All-Star, joined by freshman Corey Williams, also named All-Conference, with Donovan Wilkerson the 3, Samuel Davis, a great rebounder at the 4, and Sundai Downing. The third member of our crew tonight is John Perez on the sideline.
I caught up with BMCC's head coach, Tommy Guerin, before the game, and he says that the last meeting against HOSTOS, a double-digit loss, is night and day. He anticipates his Panthers to control the tempo of the game today, and when they control that tempo, it means to push the paint. He wants to make this a track race, and that's going to be what HOSTOS will get. It'll be interesting to see how HOSTOS combats it. Guys, back to you.
And how about our coaches? Well, Tommy Guerin, as just John talked about, a whirlwind of the season. Started it at 14-0, but they finally feel that they have their roster settled. He's in his 3rd year coaching. Last year's CUNY Coach of the Year. Joined the staff at 15-16. Was a coach at NYU Poly and played in the CUNY at Brooklyn College. And here's Marquis Poole there in the nice blue suit. 5th year head coach, a 2-time CUNY Coach of the Year, including this year a Division I player at St. Bonaventure, including reaching the 2000 NCAA tournament, where he was a guard for then Jan van Bredekoff. So our two teams are ready. 3rd meeting of the season between these two, and perhaps they could see one another, Sean, yet again in the Region 15 tournament, which is a greater region tourney between the two programs that are certainly going to be there. So they know one another inside and out, and we'll see, as Marquis Poole in particular felt, this is a lot more than X's and O's. It's perhaps going to come down to who just wants to play harder for 40 minutes.
Yeah, HOSTOS is going to have to run BMCC off the three-point line for sure. And when you think about HOSTOS strength, BMCC is going to have to block out. They're going to have to really make sure that they play a game that's going to not only take away their strengths, but emphasize getting to the basket, getting fouls on the BMCC, Kovacevic and also Dublin.
Yeah, Quran Dublin, 1st team All-Region last year. He put on the show being the tournament MVP as he went for 27 points and 12 rebounds. And he comes in with all the experience. The Caymans, they only brought back really 2 players out of their rotation last year. So they've improved through the month of February at 15-11, averaging 88 points per game. BMCC averaging 89. So the introductions have been made.
Tell you, these are two evenly matched teams. Both squads had two guys that were first-team guys. This is what they both wanted. Best teams in the conference, 1 and 2, going head-to-head in the championship round.
And BMCC, what's interesting, they won that game 92-70, but shook off a slow start. And then for HOSTOS, how about the performance that everybody is still buzzing about? As while HOSTOS won 105-98 in a tournament semifinal, everybody in the gym was still speaking about the job done by Quan Rucker, who went for a tournament record 49 points in that game. It's rare that a team wins a tournament semifinal game, but you're not the headline story, as Rucker had a performance for the ages, and Marquis Poole would like to see his team at least play better. Otherwise, Quran Dublin can go for 50 tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the matchup I'm looking at. Rucker, the Rookie of the Year. He currently leads the Division III in total points scored, and he's made 275 field goals, man. He's just a heck of a player, averaging 29 points a game. The guard matchup tonight, Ralph, is going to be ridiculous.
And Quan Rucker, the CUNY Rookie of the Year, as announced yesterday, but HOSTOS fortunate to win that game despite giving up the 49-point effort. Paul Toomey, Arnold Saunders, and Stephen McDade, our officials. HOSTOS in the white on whites, the number 1 seed, so they're the home team on the scoreboard. BMCC on their home floor in the navy on navy. Kovacevic tipping the ball out to Nakeem Hamilton, and HOSTOS with possession. BMCC known for their 2-3 matchup zone, as the Caymans will work it inside. And for Marquis Poole, he wants to establish tempo in this one, as we see the early swat inside by BMCC's Raybon Fleming. Spin move, and then the finish. Sondai Downing, the 6'7" sophomore from Harlem that has exploded since the month of January, getting local Division I interest.
Yeah, Downing, nice spin cycle, right in the lane. Simple move, one dribble, easy layup.
And he's come a long way. He had a gruesome injury back as a freshman in high school, similar to what Paul George suffered in the Olympics. And he's climbed back 4 years later. Out of the corner of the jumper, off by Quran Dublin, his first look. And here comes Nakeem Hamilton, the leading scorer for HOSTOS at over 19 a game. And also their point guard. Feed inside, Donovan Wilkerson couldn't finish. And the offensive glass for HOSTOS again, that's Sondai Downing going to the line.
And that's the battle that BMCC is going to have all night long. HOSTOS comes really hard on the offensive glass, and even in that zone, they're going to have to identify a body and box out.
Downing was originally at HOSTOS trying to play off of that gruesome injury 2 years ago, but got himself in the weight room in the last 2 years. Very limited minutes that year, focused on academics last year, and he's carried that on. Most of the local Division IIs are hot on his trail at 65% at the line, too. Good shooting touch at 6'7". Coming off of a 17-point, 11-rebound game against the Bronx in the semifinals. And HOSTOS here on the road off to the 4-0 lead at BMCC. And they're known as a full-court pressure team. And they're able to turn over BMCC's Ashawn Adams. And then Adams went for the block. Kovacevic had the original opportunity, and then the finish inside by Downing on a scramble. Downing has all 6 for HOSTOS. Early timeout, BMCC and Tommy Guerin.
HOSTOS dominating the paint right now. All their baskets at the bucket. And BMC with a good timeout to try to get that under control.
Kovacevic on the block on the second effort.
Downing right in the paint, getting strong. You see why the schools are interested in him. He's very active at the basket.
He was their most improved player going back during the 2017 year, but 8 points, nearly 7 rebounds. A very long Sondai Downing. And this HOSTOS team, they have pretty good depth, but Marquis Poole went out and felt that in this region he needed to get more 6'5", 6'4" type players, and he added about 6 more to the roster this year. And he felt that it's made a big difference with their length to go along with the pressure-style defense as Alex Humphries is fouled outside.
You can see HOSTOS has made it clear they're going to pressure BMCC. They're not going to let them get in their comfort zone. You know, this team shoots very well from outside, and they're not going to give them that opportunity. Very good strategy right now by Coach Poole.
Fouls against Corey Williams of HOSTOS, his first. Viktor Kovacevic had a very good CUNY final last year. Here's Alex Humphries, short on the three. Humphries shoots it at 38%. And the Caymans attacking the basket. That shot short by Gary Sylvester Jr. of the Caymans, just into the game. And Quran Dublin still looking for his first shot. Dublin, good pressure by Nakeem Hamilton. Dublin relocates, forces up a tough one-hander. And HOSTOS gets the defensive stop on the conference's two-time player of the year.
Yeah, HOSTOS coming out. They don't care. It's on BMC's home floor. They're establishing their dominance right now on the defensive end. And BMCC is struggling for buckets.
Downing with all 6 points. Wilkerson attacks the zone and left that shot short. And then the outlet pass thrown away by a Sean Adams. And BMCC fortunate that it was deflected. The Panthers come in having won 2 in a row. But they started the season 14-0. Got up to number 2 in the Division III junior college rankings. But then the injury bug hit as the moving screen called up high against Viktor Kovacevic.
Yeah, BMCC is bothered by this pressure. It's full court. You know, they're really digging right into the man-to-man. And BMC has to set themselves. They have to find a way to get into their offense, create some space for themselves.
And that's Kovacevic's second, so already a big problem for BMCC. Their second leading scorer picking up a second as Gary Sylvester misses the jumper. And as I mentioned, with the Panthers losing their starting point guard, a returning All-American from 2 years ago, Sean, Terrell Fullerton, along with injuries to Dublin and Kovacevic, they went from 14-0 to then a 6-game losing streak. So this Panthers team has seen it all this year. As Humphries misses the floater, tough offensive rebound. Adams couldn't finish. A shot Adams again with the left hand. Another offensive rebound, and Fleming almost got it to fall.
Yeah, good effort right there by BMCC, finally getting in the lane. And that's what they needed. They needed an effort. You see it right here, little bounce. Adams is up, he can't make it, he goes up again. Another second chance, actually a third chance opportunity for the foul.
Raybon Fleming, he plays the 5 spot. He's only 6'3". Brooklyn, New York native out of Automotive High School. And now what has been the very posh section of Williamsburg in Brooklyn. Couple double-doubles this year. And Tommy Guerin loves how loud he is on the floor communicating.
Yeah, good job to get Raybon in this game. They need his size and his effort down low, the rebound.
Another offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Then the shot is a wild one by Damani Farquharson. 6'5" forward that came in for the Panthers. And Tommy Guerin's team still looking for their first field goal. Humphries gets a clean look for 3. Alex Humphries, 2 games ago, went for a career-high 32 with 6 threes.
Yeah, Alex is locking low. You give him some space, he's going to knock it down.
3 missed by Nakeem Hamilton, and the Panthers rebound. Quran Dublin has started 0 for 1, then to the tough fall away.
Oh yeah, double cross right there to the fadeaway 3. Count it.
Tommy Guerin, his coach, feels he is a Division I player to him. There is the jumper from Sondai Downing, who's got 8 already. All 8 for HOSTOS. So now with Dublin off ball, Humphries against Corey Williams. And Humphries with a scoop layup.
Yeah, dive into that lane, got right to that attack mode area, right by the elbow to get that good bank shot off.
He was labeled as just a shooter last year, hoping for a Division II look next season. There's Corey Williams for the first time.
And Corey right back at him, letting him know that's why I'm first team, all CUNY. Got to guard me too.
Williams at 36% from three, and then the strip from behind on Humphries by Williams. Leaking out ahead, Gary Sylvester. It's a 1-point game. Oh, check that as HOSTOS goes back up by 5.
Yeah, HOSTOS is definitely bothering BMC with their pressure, leading to runouts and easy buckets.
Dublin, and the blocking foul, the hard hedge outside by Gary Sylvester.
Yeah, you see it right there. HOSTOS with the pressure, easy run out for the layup. And I tell you, they've done a good job. All of their points have come in the paint except for that 1-3 that they've made.
Gary Sylvester, he is labeled as the Draymond Green of this HOSTOS team.
I like him already. I tell you, Draymond is one of my favorite players. And, you know, LeBron doesn't get that championship, I don't think, if Draymond was on the floor a couple of years ago.
Humphries dives through and hits another tough two.
Yeah, he's letting me know right away that he's championship caliber. He's got his man beard going. He knows the deal. Looking cosmopolitan in New York City right now, Ralph.
And he struggled in this championship game last year, scoring just 1 point. And meanwhile, Sondai Downing is fouled.
Number 15, Raymond Fleming, that's his first. Team's fourth. Downing will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, there it is again. You know, gotta like his effort, the way he's come out.
Downing, 9 points in the early going. And what an interesting prospect he is for the next level. He reached out to Marquee Pool 4 years ago asking if they had a spot. Played very little at Humanities Prep Academy in Harlem. And you have to admire the young man after coming back off of that serious, gruesome injury to stick with the game. He exits, and he's got 10 of the 15 for HOSTOS. Dublin able to push the pass ahead. And then Dublin lost it. Still somehow he was able to punch it over to Raymond Fleming for the layup.
Yeah, aggressive move by Dublin. Got very fortunate there to get that ball over to his man for the layup.
Sylvester stepping through. Tough catch in the paint. Shot is short, though, by Donovan Wilkerson. And it's going to stay here with HOSTOS. Well, BMCC, their defense, as Tommy Guerin describes it. And it's one that has some length and very good rebounders in a zone, particularly Fleming and Samuel Davis. They feel they can rebound as if they're in a man. Shot was altered as Nakeem Hamilton tried to go baseline. And then a little too handsy is Nakeem Hamilton to pick up the 15th foul here in the early going against the Caymans.
You know, BMCC showing their pressurized nature. They've been here before. They've won it. They understand what it takes. They're on their home floor. Didn't panic when they got down 8-zip. And have come right back and gotten into their game.
Dublin now being face guarded off ball. So here is Ashawn Adams asking for the clear out. With the shot clock at 10. He takes Wilkerson to the post. Adams able to control himself and then score.
Yeah. Adams showing some click-clack on the floor. Going between his legs a few times and letting them know he had a mouse in the house and got right to that backboard.
And he is a lefty, able to get to his strong hand. A three out of the corner. Cardinal Valerie. He's interesting because he was on the Kingsborough team last year that lost to BMCC. Transferred over, and a year later is back in the final. And Valerie only a 27% three-point shooter. That was a long two. Humphries sinks another. And a stare down. 10 points in the early going for Alex Humphries.
Trying to let us know that, good things happen. Guy from Maryville, Tennessee, up in New York, Cosmopolitan, coming out here showing his quality.
Offensive foul, BMCC able to draw the foul with Fleming. But Alex Humphries has been the story on that end.
Teams fifth.
They have him listed at 5'10". Looks like he's about 5'9", 5'8" out there, but he's playing big.
Good crowd assembled here on a Friday night. They saw the HOSTOS Cayman women, ranked number 2 in the country. They won by 60 over the BMCC women in the Community College Women's Final. A program poised to potentially repeat as junior college national champions. Dublin has been held to just 2 shots, but Humphries has picked up the scoring load. He fires the floater. Fleming had a chance of the rebound, then the save outside, and here comes Tyron Smith for HOSTOS. And he had it knocked away from behind. The good recovery by Ashawn Adams.
Yeah, Sean's all over the floor right now, scoring the ball, getting back on D, stopping breaks. Just great energy. Good game right now.
A full timeout is called by the Cayman.
A timeout on the floor, BMCC after the slow start.
Yeah,
It's a 1-point game. Alex Humphries, 10 of the 17 for the Panthers.
Yeah, and not only that, what I really like about this game, you see it right here. See the highlight, Humphrey with the scoop shot going in. Humphrey again, stopping, popping, driving. Nice move there. And then he fakes using the screen. Rainbow 3 came to play tonight. And they're going to need every point and every basket that he can get.
For Humphries, fascinating story. How do you get from Maryville, Tennessee to BMCC here in Lower Manhattan?
Tell us, Ralph, tell us.
Well, he emailed around 100 colleges, D3s and junior colleges, and the only person to reply was Tommy Guerin. He played very little at Maryville High School in Tennessee. That's about an hour outside of Knoxville. Reached out in the spring of 2017 of his senior year. And now he's got 10 points in about 8 minutes of a college conference championship.
Man, I love it. I love it. He came up here. He actually, just like a job, get your resume out there. He comes up to New York, and he's just splashing threes. Good for him.
Tyron Smith missing the 3, and the goals for Alex Humphries is to go back down south and play somewhere Division II, Division III, and use the film from tonight, from this season, to continue his basketball dreams. Last year he averaged about 10 points a game, but was much more of a spot-up shooter. Shot it at 43% from 3. And now he puts the ball on the floor and attacks again. This time the shot blocked. Fleming had a chance of the rebound. Leak out ahead for HOSTOS. Corey Williams in transition. And Smith pushed off on the rebound.
I'm thinking Corey that time should have just took that ball right to the basket instead of. That's not HOSTOS' game, pulling up for 3. Their game is getting to the basket, body bump, M1. Do what you do. Corey's a good driver. He gets to the rim, uses left and right hand, he'll dunk it on you. Get to the rim and finish.
They call the foul underneath against Samuel Davis of HOSTOS. His first and just the 14th foul against the Caymans. And Smith, who is a sensational defensive player, all over Quran Dublin here. He is a muscular 5'9" player, 21 in white. Called the Energizer Bunny of this HOSTOS team. Dublin. There's a knockaway by Smith in the steal. And then Dublin commits the foul. Well, Tyron Smith right now is a big reason why the league's 2-time player of the year has not been heard from much.
Good hands, came right in. Just picked that right out of there. And it's a good strategy, too, by Coach Poole to have Hamilton switch off and have Tyron on him to bother him. Good body, can wear him down a bit. And again, Ralph, Dublin really isn't a point guard. He's more of a combo, more of a two. So, being on the ball like this is something new.
Sylvester inside, and Samuel Davis is fouled by BMCC. And we'll have free throws for the Caymans freshman power forward.
See right here, drive, good pass, nice pocket pass for the foul. BMCC has to tighten that up. Known for their zone defense, Ralph, that's usually things that they get their hands on and stop on the drive.
Foul was the second against Raybon Fleming, so he exits. And Tommy Guerin's going to roll the dice. He's going to bring back Viktor Kovacevic with 2 fouls. So already 2 starters in foul trouble for the Panthers. Davis led New York City in rebounding last year at just 6'2". As he gets that one to fall, averaged about 16 boards a game last year at Wadley High School.
Yeah. Those are the type of players that win, those hustle points that you need and the dirty things. Those are championship players that you need on your team.
Kovacevic, he's yet to score. 6'7" sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia. His first shot went for the follow. Humphries flies in, then fires the 3. Kovacevic on the weak side cleans up.
And the bucket, number 25, Viktor.
Kovacevic went for a career-high 37 against Queensborough in the CUNY semifinals on 11 of 15 shooting.
Yeah, he's a big-time player. Last year, he went for 26 in the finals. Shows up when the lights are on for sure.
And Kovacevic knows a lot of the high-level players around in college. Balsa Koprivica, Florida State commitment. Filip Petrusev playing off the bench at Gonzaga. Guys he grew up and played with. That shot short as Downing went for the rebound. Gary Sylvester had the initial drive. Kovacevic fires. And here comes Tyron Smith off the rebound. So we're tied at 19. HOSTOS got off to the quick start from Sundai Downing. But this game, Sean, we went back and referenced the November 27th meeting that went 112-100. We expected a bit more of a track meet than that, but this game has been played of the championship grinded out kind of pace so far.
Yeah, no doubt, Ralph. It's just been grinded out. Good D, steals, deflections. A lot of grunt work this game.
That's Tyron Smith. Speaking of grunt work, he earned that basket.
Oh, yeah.
And Smith not a big scorer, only 3.5 points a game. But HOSTOS back in front. Dublin, a rare wide open look, buries the 3.
Can't leave him alone. 50% from the three-point line. That's automatic. 1 out of 2. If he gets on a roll, it's over, Ralph. This guy can really fill it up.
Dublin went for 27 points and 12 boards for BMCC, being tournament MVP. And the first lead of the night for BMCC is short-lived as the Caymans come right back with Nakeem Hamilton's first basket.
Yeah, nice basket, too. Just an in and out and then right to the backboard. Just like to see guys get in that paint and make it happen.
Adams, Humphries, free off of a screen and way off on the look. Offensive rebound, and that shot short by BMCC's Damani Farquharson. And a foul against HOSTOS.
Foul charge on 21, Tyron Smith, his first team 7.
Yeah, see, Smith, they should be upset. Ashawn Adams just came out of nowhere to get that offensive rebound. Just been extremely active on the boards.
Shooting a 1-and-1.
7th team foul, first foul against Tyron Smith. So Adams at 65% out of the Northeastern Academy in Harlem, class of 2014. Went on and worked, did not play basketball last year, and they're hoping that he gets a Division II offer
Already
ahead
has
of next year.
Already has 3 offensive rebounds, Ralph, 5 for the game.
And a pair of free throws as BMCC goes back in front. Two teams that average around 90 points. Now they've settled into a half-court game. Is on the drive with strength. Nakeem Hamilton muscles it up and in.
Wow.
Foul is charged to number 14.
Grown man style right here. Look at the little headsy right there. Then, grown man right to the bucket. Can't teach it any better using that backboard.
So Hamilton has been able to assert himself at 76%. And HOSTOS back by 2. Adams and the needless reach in there. Gary Sylvester on the personal, and it will be another 1-and-1 for BMCC.
Yeah, this is turning into a half-court chess match right now. Both teams setting up and running their offense. You see the contrast, BMCC running those down screens and UCLA cuts for, the three-point shots. HOSTOS driving off the high screen and roll.
So Viktor Kovacevic played the center position last year with 4 guards. Moved to the 3 to suit his skill set, but he misses the front end. Racing ahead, Downing, and his shot challenged and blocked. Farquharson able to come back and take away the layup. Quran Dublin, and his pass intercepted, intended by Adams, and that is Sylvester making up for the block shot.
And I think that could be his third.
The foul charge number 25, Viktor Kovacevic, that's his third.
Terrific block.
Yeah, good block right there. You see on the replay, hustle play, and then BMCC gambling and losing. Kovacevic going out of the game.
And it is Viktor Kovacevic's third foul. So with just 2 points, Tommy Guerin's going to have to leave his 6'7" star small forward on the bench. And that changes a lot for BMCC. There's Kovacevic. Averages 12.5 points, 6 double-doubles. And the Panthers, just another game that they'll have to overcome. Dublin stepping back on a deep 3, and the bank open on a Friday night.
He didn't call that one. But he right now looks like he's getting ready to heat up.
Step back, Nakeem Hamilton matches him, and now the star guards of both teams are starting to get warmed up. 7 for Hamilton. And Hamilton back to guarding Dublin. And Hamilton, with that late slap, picks up the personal, and that is going to be his second.
Yeah, see it right here. You know he didn't call that one, but BMC would take it. See right here, Hamilton right back at him. Nice move, got low, got right to the foul line, pulls up and hits the basket.
So now Hamilton, after that late reach in, he has to sit after getting himself going. Meanwhile, Quran Dublin, 88% at the free throw line.
It's a bad foul on Hamilton. He had him right in the lane. The help was right there. Didn't need to reach in.
And you put the conference's best free throw shooter at the line. Back in November, Quran Dublin became BMCC's all-time leading scorer. He's over 1,000 points. And he's had monster games this season, including a 44-point game at Kingsborough and a career-high 45 against Orange Community College. BMCC back in front. Sylvester missing a 3, but Sondai Downing continues his outstanding first half on the tip.
Downing really showed up. He's been active on the floor, making sure that he's right there to get those shots. And he's the reason why HOSTOS is in this game and winning this game. It's been his energy and his effort.
He's got a game-high 12. Humphries off the trap. Dublin. Now being guarded by freshman Markem Johnson. Dublin. Tough pull-up.
Wow. Tough pull-up. Lots of pressure. Just drilled that with ice in his vein.
12 for Dublin. Humphries jars the ball free, and a foul on the floor. It could be a special night for one of the best players CUNY has had in a long time. Quran Dublin became the first player to win Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons. In the CUNY, of course, it's a junior college level, 2 years you play. The first time in 25 years the CUNY had the same player win it back-to-back. Tommy Guerin says, we watching it here, that he's a Division I player to him. He just visited a local Division I program unofficially. He's waiting for that breakthrough offer. He's just 6'1", about 165 pounds. But we've seen guards like him at the Division I level.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just a shot that he just hit right there. Just good balance, pressure in his face, challenge at the, the peak of his shot, and still able to make it. He made that shot, Ralph, like, I make those. And when you have a kid like that that's pressurized, that can go to certain areas and score, and shoots at such a high percentage, you got to take a look.
And Quran, he's at BMCC, despite fielding offers out of high school from Division I junior colleges, but they were very kind of cold on him coming out of Mott Hall High School, decided to stay local and put up big numbers. Yeah,
you see the highlights right there. One thing I really like about him, when he's dribbling the ball, his eyes are up and on that rim. And when he takes and releases that shot, it's a nice high release. So he'll be able to score over bigger players. And he's confident enough on the dribble where he doesn't have to dip his head down and look at the ball to slow down. He has the tangibles to be a very good scorer at the D1 level.
He told me last year at the CUNY All-Star Luncheon that the main reason he's become such a great player and shooter, he has become so diligent, where he went through a stretch for a couple of years where he took 1,000 or 500 shots a day, keeping percentages in practice.
That's my sort of guy.
And that became his routine.
There it is. Ralph, you got to do it. You got to get buckets. You got to get up in the dark, in the rain, snow. Mom, I got 200 more shots I got to make. And that's what it takes to be a D1 player.
Downing makes both. Let's check back in with our sideline reporter, John Perez.
It was just in the BMCC huddle, guys, and you could really see the levity on Tom Guerin's face when he calmed his team down and just told them to relax and just continue to apply the ball pressure, don't foul, and just a simple message: let's run our stuff, but let's run it better. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, John, as Elijah Smith just missed a three for BMCC off the bench. Then a turnaround lefty jump hook. There's Samuel Davis. Sammy Davis with good music at the rim.
Oh, yeah, Sam, like you said, Ralph, led the PSL in rebounds. Again, an energy guy, a tough guy. You can see he's here to play. And, when you have a bunch of selfless guys that want to do the dirty work, they're not scared of the contact, you have the makings of a team that defensively, can win a championship. This HOSTOS team is built for games like this.
Johnson, that's his first.
That's now 9 team fouls against HOSTOS, but Quran Dublin in the act of shooting. And Dublin's percentages have just been terrific. When you think about the 90%, 50% field goals, 40% from three, NBA metrics that they look at, and Quran Dublin in college, 55% from the floor, 50 from three, and high numbers, 92 made threes at 50%, and 88 at the line.
Yeah, no, he's performing at a level that I haven't seen in this conference. I mean, we've seen some good scorers, Ralph. We've seen some guys who can hit threes, but he has a package here. We have a guy who can make shots, can dribble the ball, make plays for others, so you're looking at a very special player.
That's Tyron Smith, able to change his shot in midair. He's got 4. But Dublin, after a very quiet start, has 14 to lead all players. But it's HOSTOS still by 3 as we're about to hit the 4-minute mark. Humphries off the crossover. Still feeling it for 3.
Yeah, that cross is quick, too.
Third main 3 for Alex Humphries.
Quick cross and right up into his shot. Just a very smooth process from dribble to shot. See it right here. Look at this. Look at this. Murder music right in the bucket. Good job by Alex.
He stepped up with Viktor Kovacevic on the bench with 3 fouls, and he's got 13.
Tear off any time that you violently cross somebody and you leave them, it's just like murder on their defense, man.
And demoralizing shots given up.
Oh, yeah. All right. Ankles breaking.
Corey Williams hails from Brooklyn, but attended LaSalle High School on 2nd Avenue. The high school made famous in basketball circles by Ron Artest.
Ah, that's right. I tell you, every NBA team needs one guy like Ron Artest on their team. Like Golden State has Draymond. The Lakers, once they get themselves together, they'll have one too. There's always that one guy that's willing to put a body on somebody, defend the best player around, and just make life miserable for the other team, Dennis Rodman.
I should add, of course, for our younger viewers, Meta World Peace.
Right, that's right. That's right. They might not know who Ron Artest is. That's right. That's
LaSalle Academy.
Yep, Meta.
Meanwhile, our officials, after the Corey Williams first free throw was off, they're checking something at the table. And Marquis Poole, I think, thought that was supposed to be a 2-shot foul.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not. Over, okay.
And I think it was about the number of team fouls.
Yes, team fouls. They're over the limit.
10 team fouls apiece. So Williams gets both. HOSTOS back in front. Or I should say Williams gets 1 of 2. And it's 37-36. Here comes the trap on Dublin. Humphries gets a free look and drills another.
Boy, HOSTOS is gambling. If you're going to run that double, you better find a shooter. Got to run these guys off the 3-point line. They're going to make you pay every time.
Bmcc surges back in front. Davis. And another foul as he took it strong to the basket.
Shared right here, Dublin. This is what he's added to his game, finding the shooter. Hamilton gets that shot off in less than a second. You got to stay right up to him. Alex.
Samuel Davis, and that was also the 3rd foul on BMCC's Damani Farquharson.
Yep, I got to apologize. I meant to say Alex Humphries, not Hamilton. Just doing an excellent job. Sorry, got his family watching down there. Please forgive me. But he's putting on quite a performance right now.
Between Dublin and Humphries, they have 30 of the 39 for BMCC. Davis getting 1 of 2. And HOSTOS, despite their pressure that they applied in the first 4 minutes, they have backed off of it, and they have just not been effective defensively. Until now, as they get the steal, that's Corey Williams in the passing lane and the BMCC foul. So more free throws coming for the Caymans. Well, Marquis Poole wanted to get this game to be a faster tempo game using his defense. It has not happened yet.
Not at all. You can see that BMCC is built for half-court sets. They like to run their sets. They don't mind running a lot of high screen and roll. They trust their ball handlers to make good decisions on the move, and so far they've done that.
Corey Williams to the free throw line as Davis has done his job on the glass since.
When you think about an offense, when you trust a guard to dribble the ball more than 3 or 4 times, you're saying, listen, I know when you're driving, your head is up and you'll make good decisions. So far, BMCC only has 4 turnovers for the game. So that justifies, their offense and the way that they're going at their business.
Meanwhile, Sean, HOSTOS with just 1 turnover in the game.
Yeah, so both teams playing the way that they play. And You know, they actually have 5, but still, you know, just the way they dribble heavy with the basketball, but they're taking care of it.
Drive to the rim for Amir Davis, freshman off the BMCC bench. And the foul against Hostos.
That's his second.
And Davis came back on the floor.
Let's see that one again. I don't know.
Davis just checked back in for defense. He picks up his second.
Not sure about that one. Didn't look like Davis had position, didn't move too much.
So both programs mired in foul trouble as Raybon Fleming misses the first. And that's in part perhaps slowed down the tempo of this game. One of 2 for Fleming, and we're tied again at 40.
Sylvester returning for the
Tommy Guerin's team looking to go back-to-back. Last year they took care of the 4 seed, Kingsborough, 88-81, as Kingsborough came up with the upset last year of this Hostos program, 78-76. There's the tip from a flying Tyron Smith.
Yeah, I like Tyron from Thurgood Marshall. Well coached, you know, right, always at the right place at the right time, it seems, and he's taking on the challenge of guarding the best player.
He's face guarding Dublin, so Humphries operates on ball. Humphries again, missed with the right hand. Chance to run out. Williams knifes his way through.
Nice.
Could not get that to fall. Chance for BMCC to run. As Williams is all over Amir Davis. Davis, great bounce pass into a shot, Adams.
Good recovery there. Good pass by Davis to finish that play.
Amir Davis out of Jersey City coming in to be the backup point guard, as they're back in the game is Nakeem Hamilton for 3.
Yeah, I'm starting to like this guy. I really like the way he's playing this game. You know, just doing what he needs to do, hitting threes, getting in the lane, playing good D. See him there guarding a bigger player.
Williams with the strip on Davis and the easy 2. And that's been Hostos all year. Not much of it tonight. But then Williams commits the ensuing foul.
See it right here, just straight cookies. Davis mishandling the ball. Good offensive play right there by Corey Williams.
The fouls charged to number 5, Johnson. That's his second. Quran Dublin will go to the line.
It'll be Quran Dublin. Both teams well over the limit. And Dublin went through that stretch where he piled up the points, still at 14. He did not play in the second meeting between these two teams back on January 26th at Hostos. Neither he nor Viktor Kovacevic played.
Returning for the Panthers.
And that was in the middle of that 6-game losing streak that BMCC had. And when you see this team now, it's almost surprising to think, wow, how did this team lose 6 in a row?
Yeah.
But you take Dublin and Kovacevic off the floor, both with serious ankle injuries. And then they came back, as Tommy Guerin said, they weren't quite 100%. They had to shake off some rust. So they lost games when they were both not near 100%. Nice face-up jumper, Donovan Wilkerson.
Another Harlem kid from Watley High School. No, knew exactly what to do. No wasted motion, right at the foul line, just like shooting a free throw.
Shot clock turned off to close out what's been, I think, a different first half than we anticipated in terms of tempo. Dublin forced into a tough shot. Sylvester on the rebound, and he stepped out of bounds. So there should be some time here for BMCC.
It's probably going to be about a second left.
And officials getting together. Steve McDade, Arnold Saunders, Paul Toomey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the game clock will be set to .4.
It's going to be .4, so enough for a tip.
Right, thought it was more.
So Dublin to toss it in. They get Humphries a quick look. Would it count? And the shot did not go. It would have counted for Alex Humphries. But HOSTOS, despite the big games from BMCC's talented backcourt, the Caymans with a 5-point lead at the break. Hakeem Hamilton with 10. Sunday Downing did the damage early, and the Caymans found a way to get to the rim enough. The Caymans pursuing the program's first CUNY championship since 2014. It would be the first under Marquis Poole and the program's 5th. And Marquis is now with John.
For the HOSTOS Community College Caymans.
Good response from your team down the last minute and a half or so. What did you like about their aggressiveness?
It's like how confident they're playing and sharing the ball. They're getting after it defensively. They're staying in help and they're communicating. That's been the key for us, making sure that they communicate with each other and know where the scorers are.
How about your offense down low? Downing's been a beast.
Right now, Downing is just playing phenomenal for us. I hope he continues it. He's our wild card. So as long as he's playing well, we'll be good. We'll be in good shape.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Guys.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game. Change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
The 2018-19 CUNY Athletics Championships are presented by Army ROTC. Register to be a leader and an officer in the U.S. Army, Army Reserve, or Army National Guard. Lead the team that makes a difference. Hospital for Special Surgery, where the world comes to get back in the game. Visit hss.edu. Municipal Credit Union. Visit nymcu.org and support the official credit union of CUNY Athletics. Modell's, exceptional service for 125 years and a 10% discount to all CUNY students, faculty, and staff when you present your CUNY ID. You gotta go to Mo's. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And CUNY USS, the University Student Senate.
From the CUNY Community College men's basketball championship game, it is HOSTOS, the 1 seed, a 5-point lead over defending champion and 2 seed, Borough of Manhattan Community College, on the Panthers' home floor. Back on Facebook Live, Ralph Benarchik rejoined by Teresa Edwards, the multiple-time Olympian gold medalist of USA women's basketball, joining us as a contributor and being a part of both broadcasts today. Well, Teresa, when you look at this game, certainly the tempo was a bit of a surprise, playing out as a grinded-out championship kind of a game for two teams that enjoy track meets.
You know, HOSTOS came out and they put that pressure on in the first 4 minutes. Somehow, BMCC sustained themselves. They executed well. They were very poised. After 4 minutes, the game kind of settled in into, like you said, into this grind, and execution became most important.
And the championship experience, BMCC comes in with, they have 4 players back off of last year's team. HOSTOS didn't have anybody really, only 2 players back total. They lost, they were upset last year's semifinals. How about the championship experience? Humphries in particular, Quran Dublin, Viktor Kovacevic. How might that play out from, as you sit here watching, maybe the body language and the little things that may make a difference?
I think we're watching 2 phenomenal competitors, great shooters. You can tell they both come off a screen very well. They catch to score, not just to shoot. These kids are coming off those screens really ready to score, catch, and it's very, very quick release. I thought Humphries got himself going very fast. He led the team before Q really got into it. Now when Q gets heated up, this kid is solid, he's poised, and he's one heck of a great shooter.
Let's start first with Alex Humphries. Had to email 100 schools. Tommy Guerin of BMCC is the only person that replies. Scores just 1 point in this game last year as a kind of role player guard. Goes out and scores 16 points. What have you seen from him as he is hoping for that Division II scholarship or some money or opportunity to play somewhere next year?
I think he's one tenacious ball handler. He handles the pressure very well out top. He's a great distributor. He's doing a great job being poised in the half court, pushing against the pressure, against that full court pressure that's on him, and he will come off a screen and light it up every time.
And then Quran Dublin, he's got 16, but it came in kind of a spurt. He was quiet, he was face guarded. Yes. Dublin is also someone that has one Division I team interested, questions about his size. What have you seen from him for that level?
No doubt about it. Dublin is a Division I player. He's very poised. He's been double teamed, triple teamed the entire first half. Hasn't bothered him a single lick. He waits for the game to come to him, and that is a major plus. He's a very good poised team leader, and I think he's doing a great job. He's going to end up with 30 or more points, without a doubt. It just seems very quiet right now. This kid knows how to take over a game.
And he's shooting percentages, I think, that you shot at least in college. 55% from the floor, 88% at the line, 50% from 3.
Not bad at all. I'll take it any day.
Let's have a look at the highlights from this first half and get Teresa's commentary. Slow start kind of for both teams, but here was Quran Dublin on target for this first 3. That came about 6 minutes into the game. And walk me through here, and certainly some of his shots, he appears to be very confident during this period.
He's very confident. He has a solid shot. He has no need not to be confident. He waited until his opportunity was there. He didn't force the issue, came off screens. When they execute on offense, he sets poise, comes off very hard. He's doing a catch and shoot. He's set. Pressure doesn't bother him. He's very unselfish, makes great decisions with the ball at all times. He has another, when you can pass the ball to a teammate that can knock it down, it makes you that much more valuable as well.
Then here's Sandai Downing. He's got 14 to lead HOSTOS among their players here, and the Caymans seem to find a lot of success in the offensive glass.
I don't really see any major chemistry going on. I think they're working their toes off. They're a very defensive-oriented team. They're trying to capitalize off the break. Like you said, that's what they normally do. And I think BMCC is really slowing them down a little bit, making them think, play half-court boys basketball. That's different. Now they've got to pound it and grind it. I've noticed that they've given up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, 2-3 matchup zone. BMCC has not been able to rebound enough in it yet. And both teams shooting it at over 40%. Only 9 combined turnovers is also interesting in between two teams that played to a 112-100 score earlier this year.
I think the turnovers happened really early in the game when that pressure was on. Like I said, I think BMCC withstood it, took the steam out of them. Now we're going to have it grinded to the end. It's going to be one well over the finish.
Keys here first for HOSTOS as they pursue the program's first title since 2014. Dublin and Humphries appear lined up to go for 30. What can the Caymans do to hold on to this lead and eventually overcome?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see a burst-out game. I think we're going to see a momentum shift throughout the second half. I think they're going to go at it and grind. It's going to come down to fouls. It's going to come down to offensive rebound putbacks and least amount of turnovers.
And it's been enjoyable to watch, huh?
Yes, awesome. I can't wait.
Teresa, thank you so much. Sean and I will be right back. We'll go through some more of the numbers and then bring you the second half 2019 Men's Community College Championship game. BMCC trying to repeat, but the 2-seed trails on their home floor to 1-seeded HOSTOS 49-44.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
The 2018-19 CUNY Athletics Championships are presented by Army ROTC. Register to be a leader and an officer in the U.S. Army, Army Reserve, or Army National Guard. Lead the team that makes a difference. Hospital for Special Surgery, where the world comes to get back in the game. Visit hss.edu. Municipal Credit Union. Visit nymcu.org and support the official credit union of CUNY Athletics. Modell's, exceptional service for 125 years and a 10% discount to all CUNY students, faculty, and staff when you present your CUNY ID. You gotta go to Moe's. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And CUNY USS, the University Student Senate.
(49-44) HOSTOS looking for the program's 5th CUNY championship. The 1 seed, 15-11 this year. Bit of a roller coaster ride for Coach Marquis Poole's team, but they lead the defending champs on their home floor. Welcome back, Ralph DeNorchik alongside Sean Couch as we're moments from starting the second half of play. BMCC got 16 points apiece from Alex Humphries and Quran Dublin, and their backcourt has been super, and they'll get Viktor back, perhaps at least for parts of the second half. Their second leading scorer limited to just 7 first-half minutes after picking up his 3rd foul. And meanwhile for HOSTOS, Nakeem Hamilton with 10 points. He was able to get himself going on 4 of 8 shooting. But the high man is Sondai Downing with 14 points and 3 rebounds, all on the offensive glass on 4 of 5 shooting. And he was a nightmare on the offensive glass, also getting himself to the free throw line, making all 6. Let's go back to John Perez.
Coach, a nip and tuck first half. What's the message that you gave your team in the locker room?
Just to stay together. We know there's another 20 minutes left in this game. It's a game of runs, so we're not concerned right now. We know we're going to come out and play better in the second half.
What's allowing Humphries and Dublin to star the way that they are?
I just think HOSTOS is very aggressive on the perimeter. So they're good enough ball handlers to take advantage of that. So hopefully they can keep it up in the second half.
All right, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Guys.
Tommy Guerin hoping his team can stay together defensively as they trail here by 5. And some of the notables, Alex Humphries on 6 of 14 shooting, Sean, but 4 of 8 from 3. And the way he and Quran Dublin are playing from a confidence perspective and the Panthers championship experience, what's your take on where they stand now at the break?
No, I think they've done an excellent job tonight. You know, both guards are scoring the ball well. They're leading their team the way that they need to, but you got to keep in mind that HOSTOS, you know, they have an all-conference backcourt. Both of these guys were, you know, first-team all-conference. They're no joke. You know, they're prepared and they're ready, and this is going to come down, I think, to which backcourt imposes their will on whatever side of the court it might be. It could be the offense or the defensive side, but we'll see which one wins out.
And the numbers on Quran Dublin, played a full 20 minutes. The 16 points came in a flurry, 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Took him some time to get going, though, Sean. And what can the Caymans do to, as Marquis Poole felt, we cannot give up the 30-plus point game to Dublin?
No, I mean, HOSTOS started out bothering them with the pressure, and I think they have to go back to that. They have to go back to full court pressure, disrupting their offensive sets and trying to speed them up a bit instead of running off of those screens, you know, that they did so well. Once they set up and they set up their offense, BMCC, they did an excellent job converting. their offense.
Then in the middle of that huddle, Hostos coach Marquis Poole, I would imagine that the word tempo was used at the half. The Caymans have the lead despite this being a half-court kind of a game.
I think the Caymans are stronger inside. If they can get the ball inside, either on the dribble drive or a dump down, play in and out with the ball, I think that they have a great chance of winning this game.
They were able to force just 7 turnovers of BMCC, but the Caymans only 2 first-half turnovers. And both teams having players in foul trouble. Viktor Kovacevic and Damani Farquharson with 3 fouls, 2 for Raybon Fleming for BMCC, and for Hostos, 2 fouls by Corey Williams and Nakeem Hamilton, their starting backcourt, and the starting 4-man Samuel Davis also with 2 fouls. Underway in the second half, and Viktor Kovacevic on the floor after playing just 7 minutes. Quran Dublin off the spin, and then knocks down the jumper. It's as if halftime never happened.
And there it is. That was a set play, too. They wanted him with that move, great spin move to create space, and then that jump shot on balance is big time.
Missed 3 by Corey Williams. Gary Sylvester in the follow, tries to scoop it up and does with the left hand.
That wasn't pretty, but it was effective, and it just shows you that Hostos has that advantage down low.
Here's your guy, Draymond Green of the Hostos team. Marquis Poole played for Gary Sylvester Sr. as a youth, and now has the honor of coaching his son, a true joy to him, as Kovacevic will get himself to the free throw line.
I think Viktor got a gift right there. That didn't look like much of a foul, but he definitely needs to get going for BMCC to win this game.
Kovacevic was playing in Serbia for a Division I equivalent team. Many of them became pros. Some of them came to the U.S. to play in college. And his dad got a job in the U.S. He decided to join him, pursuing a college scholarship. Kovacevic making both. It's a 3-point game. Nakeem Hamilton, the knockaway by Dublin. And the loose ball, Sylvester settles for the fall away short. And Kovacevic running out of time here. And he just got it across with 1 second to spare. However, Dublin cutting to the basket, but misses the easy layup. And then the foul on the floor. The way he's been going, almost inexplicable that he missed that lefty lane.
Yeah, it's interesting, the strategy here by the coach of BMCC. He has Kovacevic bringing the ball up, and he has his shooters now, on the wings, trying to get them in situations where they can catch a shooter or use a screen. Has him as a point forward.
Downing, trapped, and if that's Kovacevic, and it is, that is his 4th.
Yep, and there goes that strategy.
Well, this clearly affects BMCC on both ends of the court. So Viktor Kovacevic will have played only about 8.5 minutes. And we'll see when Tommy Guerin can even consider bringing him back.
Be interesting to see if he has Ashon Adams bring the ball up.
So a frustrating night for Kovacevic continues. Sylvester, hop step through. Corey Williams, tough floater from the elbow. And Adams skying for the rebound. Adams been attacking Downing and took him all the way to the basket.
Yeah, he reminds me of a guy that was probably about 5'10" when he was 15 and then grew about 5 inches. He just handles the ball so well, for his size.
Ashon Adams goes 6'6". Nakeem Hamilton for the fadeaway. And the first basket of the half for Hostos. And the Caymans desperately trying to get the tempo of this game sped up with pressure, but it just has not happened.
No, BMCC has done a good job after the first 3 or 4 minutes. Just a good job diffusing that man-to-man and that full-court pressure.
Dublin then changed his shot And as he chased down the miss, fell hard to the floor.
And this is where Quran has to take this game over. He has to be the complete guard now, not just a scorer. He has to lead his team, get his team set up, get himself in positions where he can score the ball, and make sure that he's talking defensively and leading this team. We'll see, the leader come out in him. He's been here before.
Hamilton missed with the left hand, and Quran Dublin trying to push. Stopped in a dangerous area before releasing the pass. Humphries, wild shot across the lane, and it's going to remain here with BMCC.
Both teams a little sluggish coming out this half. It's turning into more of a physical game with, teams trying to get into the lane. See it right here. Good no call by the referee. Clean block.
Adams got the pass away to Fleming. And another contest at the rim by Downing. Tyron Smith settles for the transition look, way off.
Yeah, both teams coming out horribly on offense. I think the pressure of the game could be getting to them. We'll see which team can come out of this funk that they're in.
It's like both teams trying to find themselves. Williams, the knock away, and then the foul against Humphries.
Wow.
So Corey Williams created the live ball turnover, and Humphries can't believe it.
Tough call there on Humphries.
Just his first.
Yeah, it's good pressure there by Williams, and then it looks as if Williams bumped him, but the ref saw it another way.
And you saw the reaction from Tommy Guerin. The off arm by Humphries was extended. Hamilton, backdoor cut, Sylvester, beautiful.
Yeah. Nice read there by Hamilton. Bmcc showing their offensive capability. Nice backdoor cut across the baseline.
Humphries stops a contested floater. Well, that foul might have gotten him angry. 18 for Alex Humphries.
Yeah, Alex knows how to play offensive basketball off the dribble. That was a very nice create space by just a little hesitation, to get that shot off.
Williams left wide open all day to think about it. But it's going to remain with HOSTOS.
And, Ralph, good offensive players understand how to hesitate. See it right here. One hesitation there. Shot fake there. Took his time and got his shot off. You hesitate on the floor with your shot fakes, and also you delay your shot until you have a clear look.
HOSTOS with a baseline out of bounds. Hamilton got himself into great position.
If you're HOSTOS, you like where you're at right now. You're up 3 on BMCC's home court. You have one of their top players with 4 fouls, right? You're harassing the guards, causing turnovers, and that even though you want to play faster, you're scoring the ball. You're getting easy looks. So you got to like the way this game is going for the Caymans.
Nakeem Hamilton just drew the foul. That was the 4th on Damani Farquharson. So 2 of the bigger BMCC players with 4 fouls and an early juncture. And now the ball thrown away by Dublin trying to go across court.
Yeah, they're having all sorts of trouble now with this pressure. And I'm not sure how they're going to deflect it. I mean, they have to make a decision. Tommy Guerin had his forward bring the ball up. They might want to think about that, going forward, just clearing it out and letting Adams bring it up.
Williams, a contested deep 3 out of the corner.
Guards taking over. You can see it right now. HOSTOS guards are just demanding for BMCC to handle their pressure. And when they start making shots like this, it could turn the game into a grind for BMCC.
Dublin just responds right back with a tough shot after HOSTOS just took their largest lead of the game, and it's back down to 5. 5 minutes and change in as BMCC will talk it over. Well, Tommy Guerin is trying to sort this out, but Quran Dublin getting himself back on track after a couple of misses.
Yeah, great shot right there. Going left, and floating that with his right hand. Both guards just showing their ability to make difficult shots off the dribble.
BMCC was able to roll through the first semester. 3 weeks ago, they took on #1 ranked Suffolk Community College. And the JUCOs, they're still undefeated. BMCC could face Suffolk again in the Region 15 tournament. But in that game, Ivanovitch and Quran Dublin both went out of the game with ankle injuries, and they lost that game by 7. Tommy Guerin felt we would have won if they were both healthy. We still had guys step up. That gives him some great optimism that this team, even beyond this game, could go potentially to the national tournament. With the shot missed inside, Raybon Fleming had the rebound, but then was tied up. And the arrow will keep it with HOSTOS. Both Suffolk and Nassau Community Colleges out on Long Island have been nationally ranked this year. Looks like a very good region. And off the glass, nice shot from Donovan Wilkerson.
Now Suffolk has a dynamite guard in Cheyenne Nettleton, who is also leading, he was actually leading the country in scoring at one time, and he's gone for 30 points multiple times during the year.
The pass inside by Humphries, and Raybon Fleming fouled.
You know, Ralph, the region in general on the men's side has just really evolved. The talent in this area has gotten a lot better. And you know what? I've always said this. It's a trickle-up theory. If St. John's is good, then usually the community colleges are good because players are coming back to New York that could play. You see that with Mustafa Heron there now, and that's why the Johnnies are more balanced.
On balance is Quran Dublin on another jumper. 22 for the BMCC star. Sylvester off the double. Corey Williams fading back into a 3.
Corey's showing me why he's all conference right now. That's 2 back-to-back threes, right? And giving good pressure. And it looks like the Caymans are looking to stretch out on BMCC.
However, a technical foul, taunting after the shot.
And see it right here, just lock and load, all net. Not sure who taunted, but it didn't seem like it was Corey.
It was Gary Sylvester. He was so excited about the made 3. But these are gimmies for Quran Dublin at 88% you're giving up.
Absolutely. Got to keep that under control. He's trying to explain to the coach right now, but you know, no excuse. Coach Poole letting them know. Got to stay composed. Can't give these guys any points. These 2 guards can make shots quickly, Ralph. So, you know, they were up 8 looking like on a roll, and now it's just a 2-possession game.
And it just diffused HOSTOS' momentum, so a visibly frustrated Marquis Poole. A couple times tonight, HOSTOS looked like they were on the verge of really surging ahead and building a big lead. But each time BMCC has found an answer. Dublin men on the catch by Hamilton, and then trapped. The cutter is Adams. Adams trying to get back to a strong left hand, traveled.
Nice adjustment there by Coach Poole. They decided that they were going to shoot that screen. You see it right here. Well, it's past the play, but Adams right there got caught up, got the ball over his head and lost his balance. Good call by the referee.
Hamilton underneath Sylvester, could not save it.
Yeah, that time Hamilton didn't have it, so tried to force it in. So just brought that ball back out and reset.
Timeout for the Caymans as they try to figure out how to approach the BMCC 2-3 matchup zone that's been so effective this year for the Panthers. The Caymans at 15-11. They had a unique opportunity back in January, Sean. You don't see a lot of this at this level in junior college. They took a late season trip to Boston. 5 days together, 3 games, January 10th, 11th, and 12th, playing at a tournament against Rhode Island Community College, Bristol Community College, and Mass Bay. And they had a chance to bond. They did lose 2 games, but Marquis Poole thought they got a lot out of it. And at this level, there is no glamorous travel or the 2.5-day road trips that colleges at the Big Ten level may have. So
Right.
it's not often you have a chance to get to know your teammates at that level and spend nights or multiple nights in hotels.
Yeah, no doubt. It's good for bonding, also for, guys getting to know each other, to feel comfortable with each other. And, you can tell by the way this HOSTOS team plays that they like each other. They share the ball. They have a variety of good players, hard-nosed players. And, they get after it.
Corey Williams is going to pick up the foul.
Charge to number 21.
I'll make that. It's going to be Tyron Smith getting his second as the Caymans once again try to trap Dublin. So that's now 14 fouls apiece. But the Panthers haven't been bothered a whole lot by the pressure. They've only committed 9 turnovers. Adams switches to his right hand, and that's why he missed the shot.
Yeah, and that's, again, great defense by Gary Sylvester. Adams not strong enough to, shift his upper body to get to the basket.
And the rebound was stripped by Dublin. As he pushes ahead, gets himself to the lane and scores.
Yeah, he's tough in transition. Just a natural scorer, Ralph. He really understands his body control, the use of the backboard. Just very, very good play.
26 for Quran Dublin. Hamilton, after using the screen, steps back. The rebound tip right to Sylvester, who puts it up and in.
Sylvester.
With HOSTOS leading by 6. Great stat, just pointed out by our producer extraordinaire tonight, director Andy Brill. BMCC has yet to take a 3, Sean, in the second half. We've played 11 minutes. After going 6 of 13 in the first half, as they attack the rim again, with Elijah Smith getting himself to the free throw line. What do you make of that number, or non-number?
I just think that it's the defensive pressure that HOSTOS exerted. And there was a play where they were running a screen-to-screener action in the first half, BMCC, and HOSTOS has sniffed it out. They're shooting the gap. They're making sure that they're not giving the shooters that look from the right elbow. If you think about the shots you practice, Ralph, everyone shoots from the right or left elbow, so that's where you design your plays. Again, Coach Poole and his staff sniffing it out and making it uncomfortable for BMCC.
1 of 2 for Elijah Smith, and that's where BMCC did a lot of damage. 6 made threes, including 4 from Alex Humphries in the first half. Sylvester in the cut, and the pull-up from the paint. Look at Samuel Davis on the rebound, but then he has it ripped away by Dublin on another steal. And then Dublin steps through and then completes the finish.
Wow.
That's a highlight on both ends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Ralph. Huh? Yeah, skillful move right there. And then a nice soft finish.
And then Williams comes back and knocks down a contested 2 and 1.
And
Quran Dublin is in real pain.
Wow. I'd like to see the replay of that. He really went out to challenge that shot, and it looks like he landed directly on his knee.
That might be a game-changing sequence as Dublin is trying to walk off whatever bothers him. He committed the foul on the closeout on Williams. And this was a deep
right
2.
Here. That step back, closing out, and their feet just got tangled up. Great shot by Corey Williams. He's 3 for 3 this half from the three-point line.
Well,
that was a long 2 there, Ralph. All right. Nevertheless, he could get it 3 the hard way if he makes the shot.
Well, it looks like Quran Dublin, who was in real pain instantly, has shaken it off. Corey Williams coming off of a 28-point game against Bronx in the semifinals. Misses the free throw.
It just looked like they banged knees or, didn't look that serious. Just probably a flash of initial pain.
He's set to check in, next stoppage. So Alex Humphries to navigate through, took it to the basket, and there to clean up is Raybon Fleming.
Yeah, Alex got a lot of chop right there on that cross.
Williams, another contested shot. This one rims out, and Viktor Kovacevic back on the floor. The outlet for Fleming all the way to the basket. BMCC has cut it to 1.
Yeah, Coach Guerin making a calculated risk here with Kovacevic on the floor with 4 fouls.
Timeout Hostos. BMCC will not go away tonight, the defending champs. They've been dealt a number of different pieces of adversity. The Hostos lead is once again just 1.
The MCC is on their home floor. They're the defending champions. They're the ones who are defending a championship and have players who have gone through this pressure in one game. See it right here, Kovacevic, nice outlet, right, takes his time, makes the layup. Tell you, BMCC, has their tougher players on the floor, their bigger players, and I think this is just going to turn into a boxing match right now. This is going to be a slugfest. Who controls the paint and who attacks the three-point line to defend.
BMCC will get Quran Dublin back in the game because of this timeout. Great energy in the building tonight at BMCC, Lower Manhattan, off of Chambers Street. Very close to the World Trade Center. Glad to have you with us tonight on Facebook Live. Ralph Bednarchik alongside former Columbia guard Sean Couch. John Perez on the sideline, our contributor Teresa Edwards. Quran Dublin has gone for 28, an efficient night on 9 of 14, and yet the points have come in such spurts.
Yeah, but not only that, it's the skillful way that he's scoring. He's showing the versatility of a scorer. Three-pointers, floaters, dynamic layups, making shots in a variety of ways.
Sylvester, he's been aggressive, but he misses another jumper. Corey Williams on the miss for Hostos. Kovacevic in the game, playing with 4 fouls with over 10 minutes to go, as that's a kick ball. Let's check back in again with John Perez on the sideline.
Yeah, it was just over at the Hostos huddle, and Poole was really adamant with Gary Sylvester, saying that he's giving Kovacevic too much space down low. He's got to get up on him. But the biggest point of emphasis in the huddle, we need more free throws from Hostos.
Alex Humphries with a steal, and then Dublin follows it up with another tough and one.
That's great defense by BMCC. Alex getting his hands on the balls, and then Quran running with him, making sure that play is finished. So he came out limping a little bit. There it is right there, Alex with the contested layup. Quran skying for that and getting hacked in the back by number 15, Dowling.
7th time this year Quran Dublin has gone over 30 points or reached 30. And another trip to the free throw line.
Yep, and they're up now. BMC up 2, Ralph. Great game tonight here in downtown Manhattan.
Tyron Smith, Sylvester, and wave it off for traveling. BMCC in the midst of a 14-4 run will get the ball back.
And that's a great call. He slid on the floor. That's a walk. This is not, let me get it right, this is not the NBA. This is college ball. Oh.
Hold on a moment, and our officials he'll correct himself. It will be BMCC possession as Donovan Wilkerson all over Humphries. The Panthers have surged in front. They've trailed by as many as 7 on 2 occasions. Now the lob for Kovacevic. As he made the catch, it was ripped away by Sylvester. Lead pass up ahead. And what a job by Fleming to come back and prevent the layup.
Yeah, he ran after that ball like a tight end. Wow, he was very quick, very fast. I don't think Nakeem Hamilton thought that he had anybody with him.
And then Hamilton stepped on the sideline, and another HOSTOS turnover.
Yeah, too bad unforced errors there by HOSTOS. They got to get mentally back in this game.
And just the 6th turnover of the night for the Caymans. Dublin out of the corner, drills a 3.
Wow. So this guy right now is not in his mind the way he's shooting the ball and finishing plays.
3rd made 3 for Dublin. Wilkerson can't finish at the rim. And Dublin the rebound, but the save gathered by Davis. He barges in and over Adams.
Yeah, that was a barge in for sure. Wasn't pretty, but nice soft left hand floater for 2.
Kovacevic, a step back. First basket of the second half for Viktor Kovacevic.
The BMCC is showing their flair on how to dribble and shoot the ball. 2 or 3 dribbles, right, swing and catch and shoot. They're starting to distinguish themselves.
Hamilton with the response for HOSTOS. And then the deflection out of bounds on the ensuing inbound. It'll be HOSTOS ball.
That time, Kovacevic, and I got it right, Ralph. Thank God there, huh? Kovacevic. That time, he didn't pay attention, Ralph. He just threw the ball in, and they weren't ready for it. That time, Alex Humphries was not ready.
Hamilton shooting over Kovacevic with a couple of makes. And HOSTOS has cut it to 1.
Yeah, Nakeem is not having it. Again, showing why he's first team all conference, going in and out, and that's like a nice, soft jump shot off the dribble.
Dublin, what an impossible fall away.
Yeah, fall away, guy in his face. Can't miss a shot right now.
Hamilton trying to match it. And Dublin on the defensive glass. As he pushes Williams, had the deflection. Humphries, quick release. And the Panthers have caught fire. They have their largest lead of the night at 6.
How fast was that release, Ralph? Wow. That was less than half a second.
Seven minutes to go at BMCC. Davis and then Humphries with the deflection. Dublin pushing. A heat check 3.
Yeah, that would have brought the house down if he made that one.
Everybody a chance to catch their breaths tonight in Lower Manhattan. What a thrilling finish this is shaping up to be. The defending champs, BMCC, would not go away. HOSTOS looking for their first title since 2014, as there's Wilkerson on the tough spin and finish.
Wow, tough call right there. I don't agree with that one. Tough call.
And the foul on Hamilton is his 4th.
Yeah, tough call, and they're in the bonus now.
Hamilton will
with 6:20 to go, 17 fouls against HOSTOS.
You know, despite all the shots that BMCC has made, Ralph, I'm looking at HOSTOS' body language, and they're all like, we're good. You know, they're not phased, they're not panicking.
And Dublin misses a front end of a 1-and-1.
They've been in this dogfight before, you can tell.
He had started the game 9 of 9 at the line. And a pass down low, another HOSTOS turnover as Hamilton forced it. Kovacevic trying to get going, gets himself back to the free throw line.
Foul shot number 15, Sunday Downing, his 4th.
Yeah, see it right there, good call, slap down by Downing. Easy call for the ref to make.
Viktor Kovacevic had a rough and a kind of a strange season. Had the flu for about 10 days in January, then an ankle injury that we've been speaking about that caused him to miss 4 games. So Saturday, February the 9th was his first game back. And then 2 games later goes for career-high 37 in the semifinals against Queensborough on February the 13th earlier this week. HOSTOS will take a timeout between free throws. He's another talented player that has a lot of Division II interest for the next level. Still just 19 years old. Tommy Guerin feels that if he redshirted, a Division I could really put on some strength to him and find a very nice surprise.
Yeah, I mean, you see his skill. You know, he can put it on the deck at 6'7". He passes the ball well, has a nice shot. You know, needs some more upper body strength to compete on a D1 level.
Meanwhile, this is HOSTOS 6'4" sophomore Gary Sylvester getting his knee worked on. He is the Cayman's 6th man. He's got 8 points tonight. Marquis Poole calls him the heart and soul of this team. So out of the timeout, Kovacevic for 1 more. He's got 8, and BMCC matches its largest lead. Hamilton slipped the pass in, Sunday Downing, and he's fouled.
It's a good job by Hamilton to get good offense right in the paint. They've been successful there. Nice little pocket pass here, right there, right in between 2 players. Right? Guy does the right thing. Has a chance to cut this lead to 4.
The second foul on Ashad Adams. Downing came out and scored the first 6 points, and then I think 10 of the first 12. But that free throw, his first points of the second half. One of 2 on the trip. Kovacevic forced the pass. Fleming fortunate to gather it, and then the late whistle and the HOSTOS foul.
Late whistle, but a good whistle. He slapped down, got him on the arm. See it right here, good catch, almost a turnover. Goes right up, slaps down on his right hand, proper call.
And that is the 5th and final foul on Sunday Downing.
Wow.
So HOSTOS loses their main rim protector. He finishes with 15 points. They don't really have anybody else like him on this HOSTOS team.
All right, we'll see what they do on the substitution. They're taking their time.
Finishes with 7 rebounds in 21 minutes. After such a promising start to this championship game.
Yeah, Tyron Smith is in the game. He's going to have to pick up the slack on the boards.
So that means HOSTOS is going to play a lot smaller. Fleming to the free throw line. But for Downing, and he has shown his value with a number of Division II coaches watching this one tonight. Getting ready for a busy spring recruiting season. Fleming with 10 to join Humphries and Dublin in double figures. Williamson, he thought Sylvester was rolling to the basket.
Going to that play one time too many. Yeah, that time Williams, he was not open. You see it there. It's just good energy by Raybon Fleming. The MCC, I think, is starting to see it. They're starting to believe it. You know, hitting their shots, running their offense, not as bothered by the pressure. HOSTOS is going to have to pick it up defensively, try to generate some offense from their D.
And they just haven't had that wave of turnovers leading to baskets. Humphries got right to the rim against Williams, but missed the shot. A rare run out for HOSTOS. Sylvester into Kovacevic, who did well not fouling.
Yeah. Great vertical leap right there. Gave the wall in the air, proper technique.
And a big play, despite the miss, to keep Kovacevic in the game. Dublin, and they say it was deflected.
Oh.
And then an offensive foul, Dublin, who is trying to get rid of Tyron Smith, who has been a pest.
Yeah, it's good D by Tyron right there. First the deflection, you see it right there. Left arm bump, proper call. Yeah, HOSTOS needed that right there.
Great job by our crew to show that. And Dublin frustrated, he picks up his third.
There it is again. They're trying to run this backdoor cut, and it's just not working. It isn't working. I think HOSTOS needs to be more aggressive and think about taking those shots in the lane once they get there.
And HOSTOS has made 5 threes, Sean.
Yeah.
They've shown they can be effective.
Yeah, Tyron has been effective. Well, actually, Corey's been effective in the corner. You know.
And the short corner has just not been there for HOSTOS either.
No, not at all.
11 to shoot, Adams. Got it from Kovacevic.
Yeah, Bmcc now just picking them apart, becoming surgical on them.
Now the lead 9. Williams, and he's able to draw the foul, and that's going to be 3 shots.
Good job by Williams right there, recognizing where he was to jump back to the three-point line.
That's his second. Teams 8.
Still a lot of time in this game, Ralph. 4:06. HOSTOS has to get their second win and get a little bit more firmer defensively.
So Williams at 78% with the trip. They're looking forward to him being their point guard next year. We're playing off the ball with sophomore Nakeem Hamilton. A strong freshman season.
Corey comes from a great program, LaSalle, well coached. You know, always competing for city championships on the C level and now the B level. 2 out of 3 at the line for him.
Humphries handles pressure well. Kovacevic, an uncontested 3.
That defensive pressure for HOSTOS is no longer there. They seem a little tired right now. Can't leave this team at the three-point line.
Kovacevic only his 10th 3 of the season at 22%. Wild 3 by Hamilton is off. And then the HOSTOS foul as the Caymans are becoming unraveled.
You know, we talked at the top of the show, Ralph. You see it right here. No one near him. Kovacevic is wide open. These guys are deadly at the three-point line. They have a 50% three-point shooter, and they shoot 40% of the team. So you know you got to pick your poison. I'd rather have them drive or post up on me than double up and have one of those guys at the three-point line.
That's now 10 team fouls against the Caymans with 3:36 left. So they have been backed into a corner. And BMCC has started to see the tide turn their way. Fleming sinking 2 more. And BMCC at the line tonight, a remarkable 22 out of 27. Hamilton forced into a tough shot. It will count. Nakeem Hamilton when HOSTOS really needed a basket.
Foul charge number 24, Sean Adams. That's his third.
See the highlight here. Nice spin move under control. Uses the backboard nicely to get that shot off.
Samuel Davis re-entering the game for the Caymans.
19 for Nakeem Hamilton. Out of a great program, the Wings Academy in the city. Perennial power. He and Gary Sylvester are cousins and wanted to play college basketball together. Can't convert the three-point play. And BMCC leading by 10. There's that free throw number. The Panthers with a 10-point lead, trying to go back-to-back in CUNYs. with 3 minutes to go. Williams was all over Dublin, who frees himself for the jumper. 38 points for Quran Dublin in the CUNY final.
Surgical. Dangled that ball, waited for the player to reach, got right to his shot pocket in his area, and knocked it down. See it right here, dangle, the reach, up, see you later. Right to the foul line, no contest. See the follow through, see the stillness in the head. Money, straight money right there.
Hamilton, for a spurt, was trying to match Quran Dublin. Fortunate to get himself to the free throw line here. Well, what a performance from a historical perspective it is lining up to be for Dublin. You have to go back to 94-95, Sean, to a player named David Terrell of Queensborough. He was the last person to go back-to-back player of the year in the conference and also tournament MVP.
I remember David Terrell.
He played for the great Jerry Powell,
That's
now
right.
the noted NBA and college NBA draft trainer, Jerry Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the coach at the time at Queensborough.
Yeah, no, David Terrell, very good player. Could do a lot of things, very athletic. You know, at that time, he was probably one of the more dynamic athletes in CUNY.
Another HOSTOS foul as Kovacevic to the free throw line at 77%. So one of the most special performances nears an end. A year ago, it was Tommy Guerin's BMCC team that had to hold off a late comeback from Kingsborough. Dublin went for 27. But tonight, the 38 points has been in such great rhythm, too. Missed three by Cardinal Valerie. Just checked back in for HOSTOS.
Nice.
Dublin up ahead for Adams with a flush. And BMCC can start to think about their celebration.
Oh, yeah, they smell it right now. You can tell the confidence, see the swagger, the way they're playing. They're getting up and down the floor, hitting difficult shots. See it right here, nice delay, no-look pass. Adams shows that he has some verticality. Puts it down with the left hand. I got to give credit to Coach Guerin. He has a very good coaching staff. I know these guys, you know, Randy Millard, Jason Joseph, probably one of the better conditioners and basketball trainers in terms of conditioning with the basketball and skill training in the city. And, you know, you can tell they do a lot of conditioning and training with the basketball. You can tell by the way everyone handles the ball, understands how to hesitate, move without the ball. Very good job by the BMCC coaching staff, and that doesn't take anything away from HOSTOS. I know the guys on that staff also, you know, very good staff, work hard. You know, the team is a reflection of the players. I mean, the coaches and the players, tough guys, tough-minded guys. You can be rest assured that this team is going to recover, you know, go to the next, you know, game in the region and play well.
Hamilton made both. The BMCC up 13. Humphries off of the shot. A lot of credit also goes to great mentor of Tommy Guerin's, Nolan Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a great friend of his who was at NYU Poly. They're always in contact. Nolan is now coaching in the CUNY, taking over the York College program.
Right.
As we have a timeout on the floor. And he was coaching under Nolan Adams.
Timeout is called by the Panthers with 1:43 remaining in regulation time. Ladies and gentlemen, just a
after Tommy played 4 years at Brooklyn College. Meanwhile, let's have a look at Quran Dublin's sensational night.
See him right there with the twist and then the tough layup and then the hezo again, body bump, fadeaway, count it, and then right here the dangle, right to the shooting area, count it. Just, you know what I really love about this kid, Ralph? When he shoots the ball, his head is so still and relaxed that when he follows through, his follow-through follows his head. When you have a still head and your eyes are straight, you can release at that point, and you have that marker right there, that angle route, where your head is still to where you release, and then you can feel the ball going in. See it right there.
He's
Wow.
He's on the verge of an all-time tournament game record. Tony Robertson back in 1992. In terms of, and I believe that's all finals. Remember, we just had Rucker from Queensborough go for 49 in the semifinals. So this league has had great guards come through.
Ralph, all sorts of records that's breaking this year. You know, it just shows the level of talent.
Dublin is fouled again, so he'll have a chance to get closer to that number. And while the lead is 11, BMCC had to work to wrestle away from HOSTOS tonight.
Dublin at the line will shoot 2.
You know, on this level, a lot of the players think that they're D1 players. So, you know, they ask the questions, they want to know why. You know, when you get to this level, you have to dominate it. And not only dominate it, you have to be consistent in the way that you play and also show that you can make others better. And, you know, Quran Dublin has done it. I'd really like to see him get that opportunity, have one of the local schools here, you know, pick him up and give him that scholarship.
Anthony Greer on the finish. Meanwhile, Dublin had made one free throw, another foul.
Yeah, tough call.
So Humphries, who had 16 of his 21 in the first half, will stride to the line. Dublin with 39. And the 4 returners for the Panthers, Kovacevic, Dublin, Humphries, and Raybon Fleming that were through this last year. They stayed so composed throughout some of the chaos HOSTOS was desperately trying to impose.
They steadied themselves and they trusted their skill and their coaching. Defensively, they started challenging shots, made it difficult for HOSTOS to get those easy shots in the paint. You know, they really just came together and decided in their minds that they were going to rise up. And then offensively, they just dominated HOSTOS off the dribble. It's been a tremendous job getting the spots and making shots.
23 for Humphries. BMC shooting 52%. As there's an offensive foul drawn by Ashawn Adams.
Foul charge number 5, Johnson.
Getting back to Tommy Guerin in his path, playing at Brooklyn College in the CUNY. Always wanted to be a college basketball coach. Got the head job at NYU Poly at 23 years old as a college assistant. An assistant under Jody King at Mercy College before heading here to BMCC. And there is Dublin at 41 points with another acrobatic finish.
And he should have got a foul on that one.
Sylvester fouled on the other end.
Yeah, he's telling the ref. Where's the foul? Look at this play. He just got hit right in his face. Still made the shot. I'd want a foul on that one too.
Sylvester at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, we'll need to find out the championship game records for Dublin. It's got to be a high, but Tilquan Rucker just scoring 49 in the semifinal for Queensborough. Set the new tournament record. But Dublin, when you factor in degree of difficulty, is special of a game that this tournament has seen.
You know, I haven't seen a guard on this level in my 15 years of covering this game, Ralph, make the shots that Quran Dublin has made tonight. It's just amazing variety. It's been like 8 or 9 different varieties of shots.
Sylvester with both free throws. And he's going to remain out there with 1:01 to go. And HOSTOS not done competing yet, as they try to trap Dublin and get the ball out of his hands. Off to Adams. And the foul applied by Valerie.
Foul charge number 21.
And more free throws for Alex Humphries. Be a tough finish for Marquis Poole. Thought he had a quality team, added so much more size. They only had 3 returning players in Nakeem Hamilton, Sondai Downing, and Gary Sylvester. But a nice foundation has been laid for the Caymans. Humphries with 2 more free throws. And BMCC on the verge of a celebration. And the entire Panthers program to be able to repeat with almost a brand new bunch. Tommy Guerin, his wife Kelly, they have a child on the way. Congratulations to them. It's going to be quite the year for the Panther family. The players begin to celebrate. And we'll have one more inbound before the Panthers will start to think about another trophy and where they're exactly going to put it.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, when the game has reached its conclusion, all fans, please remain in the bleachers seating area. Thank you.
BMCC trailed by 5 at the half. Well, their experience and then a super performance by one of the top players the CUNYs have ever seen in the community college lead them to a consecutive title on their home floor. 104-92. BMCC goes back-to-back. And Quran Dublin undoubtedly will go back-to-back as the tournament MVP. A 41-point performance that may be never matched again in this conference.
Just a great performance. Shooting the ball 14 for 20, Ralph, from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. 83% from the free throw line. You can't play a better game than he played tonight. Just an astounding, talented kid. And you know what? He represents what the city's all about. Guard play. 41, Ralph. 41. Unbelievable.
And to think, we were talking in the first 5 minutes, he had only attempted 1 shot. And ends up with a game like this. The Panthers now 20-7. They'll head into the Region 15 tournament. A different looking team, but they've gotten healthier, and they've got one terrific player leading them. A team that certainly looks like they've got all the tools to go into the National Division III Junior College Tournament.
You know, HOSTOS was up 49-44 at halftime. And Ralph, we discussed what's going to happen, who's going to come on top. And BMCC, their guards just exploded. They decided to take this game over. And, it's a credit to the coach. He didn't panic. Didn't panic in any way. He let them be who they have been all year. And that's players who have, use their ball handling ability, the use of screens, catch and shoot. Let them trust their workout, their fundamentals, and their skill level, and it just rose to the top.
104-92, the coronation, the trophy presentation, and the post-game reaction is on the way from BMCC.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game, change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
The 2018-19 CUNY Athletics Championships are presented by Army ROTC, Register to be a leader and an officer in the U.S. Army, Army Reserve, or Army National Guard. Lead the team that makes a difference. Hospital for Special Surgery, where the world comes to get back in the game. Visit hss.edu. Municipal Credit Union. Visit nymcu.org and support the official credit union of CUNY Athletics. Modell's. Exceptional service for 125 years and a 10% discount to all CUNY students, faculty, and staff when you present your CUNY ID. You gotta go to Mo's. Pepsi, the official soft drink of the CUNY Athletic Conference. And CUNY USS, the University Student Senate.
We gotta give credit where credit is due.
104-92 BMCC. The celebration has just started for the Panthers that go back-to-back in the CUNYs. Win the program's 6th CUNY title. And under third-year coach Tommy Guerin, he's now 2 out of 3. The Caymans right now receiving their runner-up trophies. We've got highlights, post-game reaction, all on the way, and the trophy presentation. The place still buzzing after Quran Dublin's 41-point performance. Could be a CUNY championship game record, regardless of 4-year or community colleges. And he's just narrowly shy of the 49 points that were just scored in the semis by Tilquan Rucker of Queensboro for a single-game mark. And Marquis Poole saying to me, you know, we have to find a way to contain Dublin and Kovacevic. We can't give up 30 and 20 to the two of them. And it appeared like they at least had him contained early in the game, and then Dublin just found a way to still put up 41 points.
You know, if you remember, BMCC came out and they were being dominated inside.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
And,
we're introduce
you know,
HOSTOS Community College
HOSTOS is winning the rebounding battle. They're winning the battle in the paint.
Number 31.
And even at halftime, it was 2018. BMC caught up. It was 2+2. But then they just took over. BMCC came back with the rebounding. They also did an excellent job making their free throws, Ralph. They shot 83% from the free throw line, so they didn't leave anything on the table.
Tommy Guerin must be so thrilled. He's with John Perez.
Tom, you go back-to-back. I'm sure this feels just as sweet as last year, too. But once the buzzer hits, what's going through your mind?
Oh, it's just, I don't know, I'm speechless. I really am. It's amazing for these kids. About half our roster wasn't on this team last year. So for our sophomores to go back-to-back and for our freshmen to experience it for the first time, it's unreal. It's unreal.
Let's talk about one of your unreal players, Quran Dublin. He's in the zone, and I'm sure as a coach you had to be liking what you're seeing. But what was he doing mechanically that just allowed him to be so good?
I don't know if it's mechanics. He's just the kid's in the gym constantly. Everything's muscle memory with him. If there's a hand in his face, he's open. It's the same shot. We have so much faith in Q, and we knew he was going to get going in the second half.
What are you going to remember about this team?
Just their heart. Down at the half, a lot of teams might have quit, but they never doubted themselves. They stayed together. They're champions.
Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Appreciate it.
Number 2.
Tommy Guerin, speechless initially. He may not have a class of kids like Dublin, Humphries, particularly with their backstories in it. How they had to navigate through this difficult season. They were 14-0, but then to have a 6-game losing streak inexplicably, lose their starting point guard, a great player, back at the semester break, and still rally back, win a title, has been remarkable. Big reason is because they have number 5. Back to John.
Quran, you got to tell everyone that's watching at home and in the gym, what's it like to be in the zone?
I don't think. I just play. When I'm in the zone, it's nothing in front of me. I don't see nothing. I just play basketball, make the right play, make the right decision, and I take the shots that I work on every day. That's all it is.
Your team also stepped up in a big way, Humphries, along with your bigs. What changed for them come down the stretch in the second half? Because it was pretty nip and tuck.
every dead ball, every time I took it out of bounds, I've just made it a goal to just talk to them every possession. Like, hey, listen, calm down, stay composed, stay calm. You know, y'all gonna make shots. We gonna make the right plays. We gonna make the right reads. Just stay composed. There's a lot of time in the game, and we gonna get it done. You know, that's it. We've been here before last year, so we knew how to just get the win.
For this sophomore class, 2 championships in 2 years. What are you going to remember about your tenure here at BMCC?
It's too many memories in this school. It's too many memories on the court with these guys, the coaching staff. It's just too many. I'm going to remember every single thing that happened in this gym, everything. From Viktor having 37, from me scoring 1,000, from Terrell throwing a lob to Sean, just every little thing. I'm going to remember everything. I love this place, man. It's the best decision of my life coming here, honestly.
Go celebrate with the team. Congratulations. Quran Dublin.
Sean, Quran Dublin has left quite a legacy. I don't think we need to wait for the official announcement to hear that he's been named tournament MVP again. So as we take a look at his night, he becomes the first player since 94-95, David Terrell, being both the back-to-back player of the year for the season and then tournament MVP.
Rob, think about that. How many years is that? 24?
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, an amazing feat. It shows you that he's a generational talent. And, you know, for him to rise up, for this team to rise up again and win a championship against a very tough HOSTOS team. These guys this is a very good team. You know, just as a credit to the coaching staff and to, you know, what BMCC is all about. And, you know, they made it fun. You love the way they play. Nice style of play. They are ball heavy in terms of their dribbling, but, you know, these guys are very skilled. You know, they understand how to create space, make shots. They're just doing, you know, some good things down here in Lower Manhattan.
And they showed off their balance tonight. Despite Quran Dublin carrying the scoring load, they navigated through Viktor Kovacevich's foul trouble, and they got 25 points from Alex Humphries. And they were able to avoid HOSTOS imposing their will with frequent pressure. They were unflappable tonight. Some final highlights from this one. HOSTOS led it by 5. They had the game at least at perhaps a pace they didn't want it, but they had the advantage. And then Quran Dublin, after both teams had a sluggish start, first 5 minutes of the second half, he kind of just turned the light switch on.
Yeah, no doubt. You see the floater here, spin cycle, and then he just goes and slides in, uses the backboard. You know, you watch the shots. That's 3 shots that he took. But then Corey Williams came back and just started hitting those threes. And it looked like, you know, HOSTOS was about to pull away. They were knocking threes down, playing a good game, still up at the time. That put them up by 8, their largest lead. And there's again on that step back that he hit that long 2. That had a chance to, you know, turn away, but Dublin just took over. See him there with the body bump and the fade. Then again, between his legs, recovers, right? Finds his man in the corner. I tell you, you know, he's had a great game, Alex Humphries.
That Kovacevic 3
right,
made it a double-digit lead.
Right, and then here's again on the reach. Right, gets to the foul line and knocks it down. So
that pushed it to 12 with under 3 minutes to go. 52% shooting tonight for BMCC, and just wonderful at the line.
Yeah, just took care of business. They shot the ball well. They held their turnovers down. You know, just a well-rounded game for them. And they should be very proud competing this way against a good HOSTOS team.
HOSTOS' last lead came at about the 10-minute mark. And then the experience of BMCC showed they pull away on their home floor and go back-to-back in the CUNY. Quran Dublin, 41 points in his last game played against CUNY competition. They're off to the Region 15 tournament. They could run into HOSTOS again there, but a program that could be a real threat to win the Division III Junior College National Championship. BMCC goes back-to-back for our entire crew. This game was produced and directed by Andy Brill. For John Perez, Sean Couch, Teresa Edwards, my name is Ralph Bednarczyk saying so long and good night Thank you so much for watching the 2019 CUNY Community College Men's Basketball Championship game on Facebook Live.
Number 5,